My name is Vick. I'm from Edmonton, Alberta. I am currently a student at NAIT. The vehicle is a 1990 Nissan Silvia S13. So what got me into cars is when I was growing up, I had two cousins who were heavily into muscle cars. And from muscle cars, I got into imports and ended up with Nissans. Basically, I've been following this car since I was 16. And I watched it go from owner to owner. And just one day I was cruising through Kijiji and I saw a want to buy ad, and it was a picture of this car, and I thought someone had messed up, like they just want this car, like an example of this car. So I scrolled past and eventually went back to the ad, and it had the full mods list and everything, and it was the car for sale. So I messaged the guy. It was 2 o'clock in the morning, told him I'll come buy it right now, and he was out of town. So when he got back in town, I went and got it immediately, like no questions asked. So the car is originally a G Corporation demo car from Japan. It originally came with a C820 that blew up, I think, a month into it being into Canada back in 2008. When I was younger, I seen like a R32 go past, and I was really like curious and like, oh, you know, what is this? I've never seen a car that's right-hand drive, you know. And then I slowly like started looking into other Nissans. And I came across a 240SX and saw all the aftermarket that was available for it and instantly fell in love. So I've been building the car for now 8 years. Obstacles I've faced were pretty much engine failures and just kind of overall like lots of rust on the car that had to be addressed. Pulling my head lifted 2 years ago on the motor. And a lot of wiring gremlins on the car too. So kind of like starting from fresh and then building it. Future with this car, I would like to kind of get away from fiberglass fenders. I've been talking to the guy who did my metal work. It's Chris at Trap House. And I want to do metal arches in the back and find factory metal front fenders and extend them so it looks like OEM plus. Keeps that kind of, retains that kind of OEM plus body line, I guess. I would like to get into tracking as well, doing lap times. Was looking at getting different wheels, a larger set of wheels and endless brakes. And for future builds, I guess I'm a sucker for punishment. I would like to do another SR20. I actually picked up another block, and I'm looking at doing the HKS 2.2 stroker with a VVL head, and kind of leaning towards doing an NA high revving ITB motor in a hatchback S13. I do not belong to any clubs or groups. I like to represent my friend's shop in Speed Tech, and that's about it. So the Edmonton car scene, there are lots of things to like. I feel like there's a lot of hidden gems that don't come out and you don't necessarily see them, but you know they're there. And when you see them, it's a treat. Things I don't like, I feel like there's a lot of animosity between clubs and groups. And at the end of the day, we all have the same passion, which is cars. And I think you know, we can settle our differences and kind of rebuild our community. Just with the way it's going right now, it's not really a positive image of you know, being into cars. So the positive things I'm seeing is like, you know, like even driving this car, I get quite a bit of, you know, like a lot of love shown. They're like, oh, you know, car's nice. So it's nice, you know, like it's nice to say people give you compliments. It's nice for you to give compliments. Things I really like seeing is more track days. Tons of track days this year with Speed Freaks and you guys to Stay Tuned. You know, Castro Raceway doing like those car shows and Stratotech doing Toge Bash, like lots of things where you can go and learn to like figure out your car to prevent some of the things that happen on the streets. I like cruising out to like these mini meets that people have been hosting. There are lots of hand-picked cars, and you know, like there's some at Wagner and some of them meet up at UC, Manchester Square. I like just cruising to, like, I guess, friends' houses to help them with their cars, which seems to be more often than you want it to be, but it is what it is. Favorite places to eat, I would say I really enjoy Kyoto and Mikado and Original Joe's. I go to Original Joe's a lot. I want to give a huge shout out to Jesse and Amanda at Speed Tech, and Matt Lee at Matt Lee HPK Tuning. And I want to give a shout out to my girlfriend and my mother-in-law. And yeah, they've always been supportive. Jesse's always willing to let me use the shop. He's seen me struggle through this thing, and he's also helped me with like learning quite a bit. So I want to give those guys a shout out. And my girlfriend for never like questioning my decisions, financial decisions with this thing. I want to say that like when people are building cars, I feel like a lot of people are rushing these builds for a show or whatever, or Instagram, or I feel like people need to build cars for themselves. And if a part takes a year to save up to get, I feel like you should save and wait to get that part. And you know, you can say like, I saved a year to get that part. And just build a car how you envision to be built. You know, not copy the guy there or copy this guy or whatever, you know, build a car for yourself.